Humans have walked the earth for a very long time. We've changed the world around us, sometimes for the worse. But sometimes, we've had a surprisingly positive impact. There are places where our actions long ago helped nature to thrive. One such place is the coast of Georgia, in the United States. Here, ancient people lived off the land and sea for centuries. They left behind something special: huge piles of oyster shells. These shells weren't just garbage. They became part of the landscape, protecting the coast from storms and rising seas. This is a story about the deep connection between humans and nature. It shows how our actions, even unintentionally, can have a lasting impact on the environment. And it offers hope for the future, reminding us that we can work with nature to create a better world. Off the coast of Georgia lies a chain of barrier islands. These islands are long, narrow strips of sand that run parallel to the mainland. They're like a protective barrier between the ocean and the mainland. Life on barrier islands is tough. The sea is constantly moving and changing the land. Storms can be fierce, and the salty air makes it hard for some plants to grow. Yet these islands are teeming with life. Sea turtles nest on their beaches, shorebirds feed in the shallows, and unique plants cling to the dunes. The islands are a reminder of nature's resilience, but they are also very fragile. Thousands of years ago, indigenous people made these islands their home. They gathered oysters from the surrounding waters, a readily available and nutritious food source. The oysters were eaten, but the shells weren't simply discarded. They were piled up in large mounds called middens. These middens grew larger over generations, becoming part of the landscape. What those early inhabitants may not have realized is that they were helping to protect the islands they called home. The oyster shells, rich in calcium carbonate, changed the chemistry of the soil. This made the ground less acidic, creating a more hospitable environment for certain plants. The change in the soil allowed specialized plants to thrive. One of the most important is sea oats, a type of grass with deep roots and strong stems. The oyster shells provided the perfect conditions for sea oats to flourish. Their roots grew deep into the shell mounds, anchoring the dunes in place. The leaves of the sea oats trapped blowing sand, helping the dunes to grow taller and wider. These taller, stronger dunes acted as a natural seawall, protecting the islands from storm surges and erosion. The oyster shells, once a simple byproduct of a meal, became an essential part of the island's defenses.